Yes, is it time for an endless run? I almost flubbed the beginning of this video, but also let me know if for some reason my save file looks odd. I swear I'm not doing anything weird, but if I somehow unlock an achievement, I have been testing things out, and sometimes when I'm saving things incorrectly, it doesn't work as well. Also, I should not be doing this, so I'm gonna actually randomize this part, but to determine what I'm gonna do for Endless mode. So, Harbinger Endless is, the game in general is not balanced, but we do our best to make things work. So, randomly select the character Old God. We'll stick with the World of War, even if that may not be particularly randomized. We just want to make sure at least that we're on Harbinger of Doom before I hit Endless. So, as we get into Katak, World of Horror character exclusive Kyrie. Endless is not a different beast, but it is a different animal, I guess. So, your strategy here does differ because certain perks and status effects are a lot less effective or more effective depending on, well, because there is no quote-unquote end of mystery. Things like Daddy's Girl are useless because there's no end of mystery to recover your stamina. But things like Survivor's Guilt, which also procs at the end of a mystery, does not take effect either because there's no end of mystery. So, what you're ultimately trying to achieve is an infinite in some regards. Otherwise, going as far as you can is the big, plus as well. I need to do that. Thankfully, you can still move back because grabbing funds here is important. But otherwise, for the most part, you're not forced to do Endless mode on Harbinger. I'm just choosing to do so. I just want to state that for the record. Still, though, we'll treat this as kind of consistent runs as I accidentally enter the nurse's office. The reason for that is because, one, I don't do a lot of Endless, so I don't remember the fact that the game just puts you at a random location, so you're not always centered on home after you prepare at home, is what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, what else? I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Can I get a weapon by any chance? Am I really not gonna go out get a weapon? Anywho, we'll work with what we've got. We can hit turn 30 still, but it can still be tricky to try to get to turns 40 and 50 if you don't know what you're doing, and I definitely don't know what I'm doing to a larger extent. But I promise you that if I see an infinite that I'm familiar with, I'll go for it. That being said, though, I'm not privy to a lot of them. Or or basically near infinites. You're trying to look for a strategy that can sustain you for the near indefinite turn count. But sometimes, if you're going in a vacuum of runs, usually that's not going to be the case. There's not really, from what I know, a really consistent strat, but you can get pretty close with the help of certain things, like Kyrie's bag, looping for spells, but you're pretty much putting it all on the line because either you do it or you die. Similar to my strategy for the Eldritch Parasite backstory, which I don't think I've done on the series yet, so I won't talk too much, but if you've been following streams and whatnot, the streams that I've been doing, then yes, that there is a very specific strat I do, and I live and die by it. But again, it's not that RNG as I roll a 12 on luck because you're looking for one of two things as opposed to looking for one specific thing, which is why the number of strats that you know does help you out in World of Horror in general, but definitely on Endless mode. That being said, we are gonna kind of hope for some good RNG here and there. That's just the nature of the beast that is Endless mode. Without good luck, you won't make it far anyway, so in essence, you're using the multiverse to do a multitude of runs, and eventually get a good run where you're perfectly fine. Again, this is all on Harbinger, which is not normal, but that doesn't mean you can't do it on Harbinger, as I am trying to display, but also theoretically, you should be able to realize that. So we'll definitely hit turn 30. In a normal run, you're doing about 30-ish investigations anyway, plus a few boss encounters or mystery-based events, but in general, you're doing about 30 investigations, so you're not really... reaching 30 turns in Endless, or even 40 for that matter, isn't too absurd. It's when you do more than that you find that you need to do something else on top of trying to do your best to be efficient and survive. That being said, though, again, you are looking for a strat that is efficient, whether it's making use of a character's base mechanics or finding a general strat that most characters can use that ends up, working out in your favor. Let me mute for a moment because I have to take care of something. And mainly it's my face, but I'm wondering if running away from certain encounters is actually better for me in the long run, considering that at every 10 turns, usually you're going to take a doom decrease, unless, again, there's a very specific strat you're working on. I should really look into endless strats if I don't hit turn 50. I think turn 50 is the most you need to do to get the achievements for endless in World of Horror. If you're trying to get to turn 100, that's a completely different kind of achievement, but for the most part, most people try to hit turn 99, 100 for a sense of personal achievement. But the game does not ask for that explicitly. And if it does, then I forgot. Because, boy, it's been a long time since I played Endless. That and I don't often play Endless very much. So obviously Ghost Connection doesn't provide any worth at all. Hence why we're taking Quick Thinking, which will provide me with more worth. That being said, though, we are in a bit of trouble. We can Desperate Prep Strong after this turn. It's just that my HP is quite low. And funny enough, because we're on Harbinger, we actually gain more by taking the Doom decrease compared to the, oh yeah, I heal. I'll explain why in a moment, if and when we get there. Assuming we don't die in 5 turns, which would be quite odd, but it can happen considering what's going to happen to me if I keep running into encounters. I think there is still encounter lockout in Endless mode, in terms of if I run to Stock Chan in the, well, was that the forest? Then I can't run into another forest encounter for 2 investigations. But because you're zooping around everywhere in Endless mode, then you can run into enemies back to back, as shown here. Don't I have something for this? No. I can just, yeah, we can just be consistent here. I don't want to take any risks, so I'm just going to do that 8 damage turn and then take my 12 damage and run. Now we do need to heal. The Ritual Dagger healing is nice, but we definitely need more than that. And off to the hospital we go. I could have grabbed painkillers. I forgot that I could for a moment. But we'll keep it in mind as we move on. Our stamina is low, but in general, I feel like I'm losing more reason anyway, as that event just proves. So, yeah. Otherwise, there's nothing else to this video, as I achieved the 30-turn achievement. If we can get to turn 50, that would be nice. That means that's less videos I have to do over the span of 1 or 2 or 3 days, however long it might take. But if it does, I mean, I can at least try to learn more and then bring that information to you, the viewer, in case you are not. Basically, I'm just going to be looking at in the community for strats. Not that there's, again, aside from infinites, there's not really as much. It's all quite intuitive. But you do need to make sure that you remember that the game has bugs here and there, so yeah, I think I would rather run here. Nope, we can't run, that's right, we're in Kathak. We can't even run from this encounter anyway, it seems, so let me see if there's anything else I can do. Not really. And we have Panic as well, so my accuracy is super oofed. I can still hit 80%, the problem is I need to do better next turn. Unless I do this, probably? I could go for a dodge, I don't feel like doing that, so... And we missed the 60%, so yeah, I guess we just slowly die here. If I could throw the Ritual Mask, sure. I guess I'll do that. I don't think it gets me out, though. I can use the Holy Candle, I don't want to, I probably have to. If I want to try to guarantee the next turn. Now, if I miss 2 60% in a row, that's not going to be the worst thing that happens to me. Instead, I could go for a kick, but that's... Okay, we'll go for a kick. We only need a kick anyway, so thankfully we did hit it. Then we throw the Ritual Mask, and then we do this. I want to keep the Ritual Dagger, if at all possible, for obvious reasons. That reason being, if you don't run a weapon in Harbinger, most of the time you're going to be having a not great time. As I accidentally visit the police station, because I keep forgetting that the game zoops you elsewhere. I might as well grab the painkillers now. I should have also grabbed this branch earlier. But I'm pretty sure I'll need the stamina. However, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna hit turn 50. That's loser mentality, but it's not seeming very likely. We can still do this. I don't know if I get anything better. I can go for a brace next turn. Still, though, it's not great. 66%. Might as well. Yeah. At this point, I might as well just brace again. I could trade Reason for Stamina, but we'll do that next turn as we have Panic Kick, so 90%. Good. But we might as well wait for this turn to trade some Reason for Stamina. As I know I just said... Oh, we're going to take a gamble here. I could choose to not trade as much Reason. That's also a not bad idea. Still, though... I mean, I'm using the Ritual Dagger and I had the Ritual Mask on, but that's not really a good excuse. At this point, I don't even have the thing. I'll visit the Legal Den. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything, so... Funny enough, I'm going to take this can of acid, just in case. 4 funds to deal 7 damage, on top of the doom I spent, but you get the point. Well, we'll definitely hit turn 40, unless I somehow die here. The question is, can we hit turn 50? If I get really lucky in my events, the answer is yes. I had to close my nose for a second. This would have been nice too. A spell could have been really great, but Book of Gore does wonders on this run. Let me just put that out there. We'll trade Doom for Reason, and now we're at turn 40. Extra damage against ghosts is always welcome, and then 5 Doom because I think one of them is healing 3 to 4. Let's assume it even heals 4 stamina or 4 reason. You can heal, you can take 5 doom, and yes, overall, it's an extra 1 doom. Do I want to fight this, by the way? No, I want to do this. Yeah, you can take an extra point. You take an extra point of doom for lowering doom by 3 or by 5, and then resting twice. But resting twice grants you 4 stamina for a reason. So you can do the trade-off there. If you forego trading, decreasing your doom by 5 and heal 4 stamina or 4 reason instead, you only heal 4 stamina for reason, as opposed to feeling 4 stamina and 4 reason for 1 doom, essentially, if you decrease doom by 5 and rest twice. In general, especially since you know that, again, since you're on Endless, you're not going to run into any... We're going to actually try to handcuff this, by the way. We might run into Miku, but anywho. Before I lose my thought, which I actually have lost now. You get more healing done, basically, by taking Doom. Here we'll take Reason, because it seems like we're going to get a lot of Reason. But we could always just end up dying as soon as events say, yeah, hey, it's time to die. Can I go for a one-shot here? I can. I might as well, because I'm going to be able to 2-shot it anyway. Because I'm going to get... If I did get hit, I could have just Desperate Prep Stronged. Now, we're about to hit turn 50. I could visit the monument. We're not going to do that. And hopefully that's all I need. I'll even take the Doom hit there. And hey, we hit turn 50, which is actually more than what I did on a stream where I did some Endless runs, oddly enough. But hey, can I actually get out in 1 turn here? Not really. But we'll do this anyway. I mean, yeah. So here's turn 50. And none of these are really going to help. I forgot what item that could be. But most of the time, Doom decreasing your Doom is well worth it. Now, if there are any more achievements in Endless, I would be very sad. But I guess we'll find out if and when we... Well, when we die, but also when we check the achievements. Because I can't speak properly for some reason. Help! Oh, nice strength check, by the way. We'll just let ourselves go here. Unless we get lucky 7 times in a row, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Nope. Rolled an 11 on luck, so bye. But as we check our achievements again, this is the video of the day endless mode. Shadow Shroud, kind of, Ancestral Strength, very, very good. And Hunting Rifle, so... Blue Gem Riddle, as a quick preview, you have to die for it, so... That, we can meet STE and survive. Boy, is it going to be a heck of a thing to do, though. But otherwise, as we do other things, I need to check these really quickly for no one else than myself, but after unlocking 58 achievements, we're gonna be on our way. So without further ado, please support me. You know how the ways that you can support me: subscribing, commenting, watching the video in general. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!